Hey there, it's David Yates and Eddie Redmayne here,
Yes.
and we're going to answer your questions on Mumsnet.
You've known for 24 hours that an unregistered wizard set magical beasts loose in New York. Yes. Where is this man?
I wouldn't have said it was possible, frankly, to take the best of what Joe had done previously with all the Potter books that we translated into the movies, but then bring something totally new to the table. And I think she has achieved that, and I think only she could press that reset button in that way, and I think it's a remarkable achievement. But what was exciting was this new set of characters. Newt's commander, Eddie's character, this wonderful, sort of knotty, awkward Brit who lands in New York trying to figure it all out with this case full of monsters. And I think Jo's gift for characters is immense. She's able to create these people who I think, fall in love with. And I think they're sort of really vividly drawn, but in a way, with just a few words, she gives you a total life and a total inner world.
There's a warmth, isn't
There's
there?
a warmth, yeah, and a purity in the protagonist, which I loved.
Do you know what, actually, my most enjoyable scene to film was the last scene between my character, Newt, and Catherine's character, Tina. And it was a very simple a scene between two actors, and so much of this film involved the most extraordinary stunts and imagination work and working, which was all a complete ride. But at the heart of what J.K. Rowling writes is human stories between people, and I think Catherine Walston's a wonderful actress, and it was really lovely actually just to have a moment doing just a sort of two-hander scene with David directing it, who works beautifully with actors. So it felt sort of very intimate, that, in some ways.
It was lovely, that. And there were hundreds of extras and all sorts, but it was just, we didn't even move the camera. It was just you guys and the magic of the performances. And I agree, actually, I have a very similar scene. They're all at supper and they're just chatting together, and it's the first time you really see them all bond, and you see the sort of ease with which Jacob Kowalski enjoys people's company, and you see Eddie's character, Newt, sort of struggling a little bit. And I love that juxtaposition. The movie's quite entertaining up until that point, but that's when I, as a viewer, really get sucked in.
Oh, that's the loveliest question I've been asked on this entire wrestle. I have a very big mouth, you may notice, and I inherited that from my mum. But I had a lot of reasons to smile on this film. I've got to say, it was one of those joyful working experiences that don't come along very often. Not only the script itself and working with Joe, who's I think one of the great storytellers of our time, but David Heyman, the director, had assembled such a lovely group of people that there was, and also Newt. He's a pretty content man in his own way, and he has reasons to smile. Oh, that is a great question. I would say follow your heart, follow your dreams. There are a lot of people in the world that want to be actors, and so a lot of people will tell you no. But if it's truly your passion, it will keep superseding all of those. And there are lots of little hurdles, but there are amazing things in this country, things like the National Youth Theatre. I did the National Youth Music Theatre. There are there's a great infrastructure of things you can join. So that's kind of how I'd probably suggest applying for one of those two things, or just doing like local community classes. I did quite a lot of that when I was younger as well. So
I think all of those things are great, and also not to forget that your experience of life enriches you as an actor. And actors, it's a precarious job, because you're in work, you're out of work, you're in work and out of work. So don't forget, as well as investing in the craft and the discipline of exploring what performance is to sort of suck up life, live life, experience life. Because ultimately, the wonderful thing about being an actor is you're presenting the human experience to us in all its facets and all its complications, and you can only really do that authentically if you live your life fully and completely, I believe.
Don't panic. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. I want to be a wizard.